A reading from the book of the prophet Isaiah. This is what Isaiah, son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. In days to come, the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established as the highest mountain and raised above the hills. All nations shall stream toward it. Many peoples shall come and say, "Come, let us climb the Lord's mountain to the house of the God of Jacob, that he may instruct us in his ways and we may walk in his paths. For from Zion shall go forth instruction, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. He shall judge between the nations and impose terms on many peoples. They shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. One nation shall not raise the sword against another, nor shall they train for war again. O house of Jacob, come. Let us walk in the light of the Lord. The word of the Lord. Let us go rejoicing to the house of the Lord.
Let us go rejoicing to the house of the Lord.
I rejoiced because they said to me, "We will go up to the house of the Lord." And now we have set foot within your gates, O Jerusalem.
Let us go rejoicing to the house of the Lord.
Jerusalem, built as a city with compact unity. To it the tribes go up, the tribes of the Lord. According to the decree for Israel, to give thanks to the name of the Lord, in it are set up judgment seats for the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you prosper. May peace be within your walls, prosperity in your buildings. Because of my relatives and friends, I will say, peace be within you. Because of the house of the Lord, our God, I will pray for your good.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. When Jesus entered Capernaum, a centurion approached him and appealed to him, saying, "Lord, my servant is lying at home paralyzed, suffering dreadfully." He said to him, "I will come and cure him." The centurion said in reply, "Lord, I am not worthy to have you enter under my roof. Only say the word and my servant will be healed. For I too am a man subject to authority, with soldiers subject to me. And I say to one, 'Go,' and he goes, and to another, 'Come here,' and he comes. And to my slave, 'Do this,' and he does it." When Jesus heard this, he was amazed, and said to those following him, "Amen, I say to you, in no one in Israel have I found such faith." I say to you, many will come from the east and the west, and will recline with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob at the banquet in the kingdom of heaven. The Gospel of the Lord. This Gospel is a familiar one because this is where we get the prayer before receiving the holy body and precious blood of Christ. Lord, I am not worthy to have you enter under my roof, but only say the word, and my soul shall be healed. There are a few things happening in this story. First, it is the interaction between Jesus, a Jewish teacher, and the Roman centurion officer. In that time period, Romans and Jews did not get along since the empire was occupying the Holy Lands. The Roman officer and a Jewish teacher conversing with each other was a shocking sight to see from both the Roman and Jewish point of view. Second, we see the great faith of the centurion. He says, "Only say the words, and my servant shall be healed." He knows and believes that the very words of Christ will bring healing. He has faith even before seeing. Many times in the Gospels, people come to faith after seeing the miracle. But this centurion recognized the Lord's power even before. Expressing faith in God without seeing the Lord, without needing to prove it, is rare. Even Jesus himself was amazed. This is the only time we hear Jesus was amazed in the Gospels. Another aspect of this story is the humbleness and the reverence in approaching Jesus. The soldier realized that Jesus' authority comes from God, comes from heaven, and that he is able to do as he wishes on earth. The concluding part of this story, Jesus says to the centurion, "You may go. As you have believed, let it be done for you." As you have believed, let it be done for you. His faith in God brings healing to his servant and to his own soul. Do we recognize the Lord's presence in our life? Do we recognize the Lord's presence in our life? The Lord does miracles every day, but the real miracle is when we see it, when we recognize him. In this Advent season, maybe we can do something extra in our spiritual life. You know, we spend so much time, so much money decorating our homes, our physical homes, to prepare for Christmas. But we can also spend time to decorate our spiritual life. Maybe by reading some spiritual books, praying the Holy Rosary daily, having that attitude of gratitude throughout the day. All of this will help us prepare to receive the Lord at Christmas time, but most especially, it will help us to receive the Lord each day in the Eucharist, each day when we read the Scriptures.